everybody. Welcome back. Before we fully begin, this is our last time that we're going to be shouting out fellow podcast Starship Tempest, a fellow Star Trek podcast.
May the Tempest be with you as well.
Yes, that's what Star Trek's about. It's about saying "May the Force be with you." Yeah. It's about Yoda.
May the Starfleet Academy be with you as well. May the Prime Directive be with you as well.
Yeah, Captain Baby Yoda of the Star Trek Enterprise.
Dude, I gotta get on. I gotta get on Brian's podcast, man. We'll bring my own sound effects. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's like, oh, a new captain has arrived.
Yeah.
His name is Gym Kata.
How old?
Captain James Gym Kata of the USS Kumite.
How will he fight off all of these aliens? Oh, there happens to be a pommel horse on the planet.
God,
you're building out a lot, but the horn remains kind of out of place.
Oh, Gym Kata had plenty of horns. Unlike Starship Tempest,
he's fighting the cricket aliens.
Sure.
Well, you know what? Starship Tempest is a professional podcast, unlike us, because you know why? Yeah. They combine a role-playing game campaign like Critical Role with editing, sound effects, music, and sometimes scripted scenes. Actually, for all the examples he gave me, I believe all of them started with a scripted scene to set up the campaign. It's always really neat because it's like, hey, here's a radio play basically to set up the show. And then they get into it, and then they start joking around and playing a campaign as normally would with friends. But yeah, in terms of setting, it's set between the original series and Next Generation eras and follows the adventures of a sister ship of the Enterprise C, the old Enterprise from the TNG episode Yesterday's Enterprise. It's like Galaxy Quest, the podcast, or like watching Star Trek through the lens of Mystery Science Theater 3000, an actual listener description of the show. The story takes familiar elements of Star Trek and presents them in new ways. Player choices take the campaign into a new, different history, kind of like Inglourious Bastards or Once Upon a Time in Hollywood style.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Which, I imagine is necessary if you're playing a role-playing campaign where anything can happen,
Especially when you meet Captain James Gym Kata.
Yeah, because
the SS Kumite.
If you meet Gym Kata on the planet, anything could happen. Anyone could be killed at any moment.
No, his name is not Gym Kata. His name is Gym Kata. Yeah, dude, get it right, dude.
Gym Kata. Got it.
Yeah, yeah, dude.
Well, if you want to find Starship Tempest, you can find it all the usual places, Spotify, Apple, Libsyn, but you can also catch it on their YouTube. So you can head on over to YouTube and search for Starship Tempest. You should be able to find it. And it's cool because they got visuals in the YouTube version. It's got little animations, it's got all that stuff.
Do we have links on our episode?
Yeah. It's also always in the description. So you can look at the description.
Yeah. Look down at your phone. Especially if you're driving. Look down.
Yeah, look now. Look at your phone now. And click
look out the window. Is that Gym Kata next to you?
Oh my God, he's crashing to your window now. All right, let's get in there.
Gym Kata.
Yes. Well, also, I have two announcements.
Oh my God, two favors?
This is a really nice thing. So one of our Discord members, Lex
Luthor?
Maybe it's Lex Luthor because he did do like an evil genius kind of thing.
Mr. Luthor.
So if you're on the YouTube version right now, you'll see at the bottom there's currently a ticker going across the screen.
Yeah.
Which shows off all of the members who kindly are members of the YouTube channel and help make the podcast what it is.
Thank you. We love you members
for being a member.
Yeah, exactly. But Lex noticed that the font, I used the font that Michael Okuda said he used, which is Helvetica Ultra Compressed.
Was he lying to us, Jim?
No, it is, and that is the font. But Helvetica Ultra Compressed doesn't handle random characters that aren't like regular English super well. So if it has special characters and stuff, it made like weird stuff. And I just ran with it. I was like, whatever, that's cool. But Lex noticed it.
So you didn't care?
Well, I was like, it's a lot of like work to make sure every single name is exactly.
It's called nobody's paying attention, dude.
It's not like it's your job or anything.
Well, here's the thing.
So,
Well, someone did pay attention.
Above us. There's no one above us.
The audience is our bosses.
Nah,
the audience is our
the
boss.
audience is audience.
Here's the thing. Lex noticed, and Lex was like, you know what? I can fix that. So not only did he fix it, he made us our own font. It's called Newbie, and it basically is Helvetica ultra compressed, but it fixes all of the special character issues. So now if you see it scroll, if you see it scrolling down at the bottom, look at all the special characters that look normal. Yeah. So Lex, thank you for making us our own Newbie font. That's very nice of you.
Thank you, Lex. Yeah. That's very, very generous of your time and effort.
Why did you pause? Like you were thinking about?
Because I was thinking like of the right word. I was just like generous.
She was like, it's crazy.
Nice.
Thank you.
I was trying to think of the right word. But I was trying to think of the right word, and generous felt like the right word.
Yeah. She was like, should I be kind to him or destroy him?
Very kind. No. I mean, I was also going to say like unnecessary, like, I mean, not unnecessary, but like it's.
Wow, dude.
No, that's not
ungrateful, not demure. Wow.
No,
very insulting.
I'm grateful that
it's insulting.
It's like, I almost feel bad that somebody like spent their time.
Yeah, because they love
trying
us,
to help us, you know?
Well,
I appreciate it.
Guess
I guess
what,
I feel like I'm not worth it. We're not worth it.
They don't love you.
So.
Well, now you're not worth it because you're talking shit, dude.
Lex, I didn't mean it like that.
You know what? You're banished, dude.
I think you're amazing.
Gym Kata disapproves.
There's one other thing.
Not worth it.
There's also one other random thing I wanted to bring up. It was something I was talking about with Dan randomly. So, do you guys remember the episode Battle Lines? Those 2 episodes ago?
No, dude. I don't remember what we're talking about today.
Battle Lines? Yeah, of course.
Yeah, it was the
previous DS9 episode.
It was the one with Mike and Mike from Breaking Bad, and everyone kept dying on the planet and coming back to life. So one thing we talked about, Dan and I, that I was like, this is really stupid, and actually lowers the episode another point for me, is everyone dies, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
But then they come back to life, right next to each other. Wouldn't they just start fighting again instantly?
Yeah, they weren't making any efforts whatsoever to move bodies around while they were unconscious. They could have been taking eternal prisoners.
It's not like a video game where they respawn back at base, you know?
Yeah, what the question that I didn't ask was, do they feel pain? Yeah.
Oh yeah, they do. They're all like, "Oh shit!" So
I mean, that's probably why they don't attack each other. I mean, because when they come back to life, they're probably in pain, right?
And it's to the point where in one scene, in the background, when you see them come back to life, you see them all as 2 different groups just walking away together.
Oh yeah,
after they came back to life.
I do remember that
because it's just like they didn't think about it far enough.
But you got to think at some point it just becomes routine for these people. Like they don't even know what they're doing. They're just like, oh, fighting, and then come back to life, and then
all right, good fight, everybody. Let's go back to our houses.
Yeah, they just clock in and out every day.
Yeah, it's almost like you're on autopilot, right?
I have a question. Does that mean like if they have chickens and they kill them? Like if they kill the chickens and then they eat them, do they come back alive in their bodies, like inside of them?
I don't know. Actually, there's all sorts.
Presumably, there was no livestock.
So how were they eating?
Exactly. There's so many questions.
Beans.
Whatever they're eating, the Opaka's eating it now. The Opaka's eating it now.
She's like, I made a huge mistake. Yeah. They just eat shit all day.
All they have is fucking saltine crackers here. God damn it.
Saltine crackers and mold. Yeah.
My blood pressure's going to go through the roof.
But that's not the episode we saw this week. This week, we saw the fucking Storyteller. It's
your use of expletives is revealing.
But yeah,
Storyteller.
Fucking storytellers.
I wanted,
you know what? For change, I kind of like this episode.
Oh my God. Okay.
Jesus Christ. I can't with everyone.
Okay. Well, you know what? The Storyteller, it first aired on May 2nd of 1993. Dan, I believe it's probably a good time to go into the wormhole. Let's do it.
We don't go through the wormhole in this episode, but anyway, on the 26th of April, a day after the airing of the last episode of DS9, there was, well, actually less than a month after NASA's Discovery shuttle had its own space mission, NASA's other shuttle, Columbia, was up in space this week as well. Mm-hmm. Back when NASA just used to do a lot more space things.
Yeah. So that was actually but actually, it turns out that was a bad thing. So
Why?
the reason why the Challenger eventually explodes, right?
Oh my god, dude.
And the reason that
we
happened,
haven't gotten there in history, dude.
I know, but the reason why that happened is because NASA was pressured to do way more launches because launching was like a big, fun political event. So they were pressured to do as
you need
many.
to get ratings. That's why they tossed Homer up there.
So that's why they started doing launches every month. And it turns out that was a bad idea. The space shuttles really aren't designed to do that many launches that often, that quickly. And also,
Says
like
who, dude?
the NASA themselves said, the engineers said,
dude.
we can't do this. They just built the thing. And then they were like, well, we also don't have a lot of time for turnover. Like, it takes a lot of time to prep a space shuttle launch, but we'll try our best. And that's why eventually the Challenger explosion happened. So
luckily, Discovery or Columbia did not crash or burn.
Yeah, but that's why it was such a short time. This was during the era where they were pressured to do this, just constantly do launches.
Mm-hmm. Moving on, speaking of the
Failure to launch, like the movie Failure to Launch.
Yes.
Starring Matthew McConaughey, who happened to be in Interstellar.
Yeah.
So, very
6 degrees of Interstellar.
A lot of two
bombs. All
space.
It's never not space. On the 29th, The Simpsons aired its episode about Whacking Day, a holiday that started as a carefree holiday about beating up the Irish. Then it got distorted into a horrible version about killing snakes.
Whacking Day.
Killing snakes.
It's a Simpsons episode. Just watch it if you're confused.
On
the 30th of April, the source code for the World Wide Web was officially released to the public domain by CERN, which would ultimately lead to our undoing. Yeah. They did this for absolutely no payment, solely in the interest of furthering computer-supported collaboration. This was back when tech bros did cool things instead of ruin society.
I thought you were gonna say they released it for no payment in the hopes that we would destroy humanity using this tool.
Yeah, well,
maybe that could have been the secret motive all along.
Yeah,
we'll never know.
We're getting there.
It's funny. I'm stealing this idea, this joke, but I'm stealing it. I'm saying it, so it's fine. I heard somebody talking about how you know how people are like, man, there's clearly not been a time machine, or else like Hitler wouldn't be around. Do you know what I mean? He would have been erased. Right. But it's like now with what's happening in current events, what if the guy who invented time travel was a goddamn fucking Nazi, dude?
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. Everyone assumed the time machine would be used for good.
No, dude.
But the first thing someone the first thing Biff did with the time machine was fuck up the lottery tickets, or the almanac, right?
Yeah.
And like get rich through sports bets. So it's like, who would really like use the time machine for good? Like, I don't know.
I make a time machine. First thing I'm going back to is I'm going to be there. You watch back the tape and you see me in there. You see my hat, the back of my hat. When the guy goes, what is a charge? What is a charge? you're like, oh my God, is that Ricardo? And I'm
going to be one of the guys watching him. Yeah.
And he's like, why is there someone taking a cell phone video of him? There wasn't cell phone cameras back then.
You attempt to shake his hand.
Yeah.
Like, sir,
oh my God, there's a shooter. All of a sudden, there's a shooter in the video.
It frees him. It frees the guy, and then he runs away.
Oh my God.
All right. Last thing I had was on the 1st of May, the president of Sri Lanka was assassinated via a bombing.
Oh,
because
shit.
You see, unlike in America, as of right now, their president wasn't popular with a lot of people.
Yeah.
So no one get any funny ideas.
Also, I don't want to look. I'm just saying they know how to get things done over there,
Efficient.
Over here, this guy in a barn fucking misses, dude. God damn it.
Yeah.
But all I'm saying is both Japan and South Korea have gotten rid of their political leaders when they were corrupt.
We can do it.
I mean, Japan did it with a gun, but South Korea did it with nationwide impeachment. I'm just saying it's possible. I'm just saying it's possible. That's all I'm saying. I'm just saying.
You know what would be like sweet, like poetic justice? If we did it with suntan, like tanning lotions. Like just
you need like a whole new nation for the impeachment method to work, though.
Yeah. You know what, dude?
Yeah. Well.
If Gym Kata was in charge, fuck. Dude.
Oh, Gym Kata for president for sure.
By the way, if you're a new listener, I've said that I'm considering running for public office. I thought of a new thing that I would do.
I thought you were about to say, if you're a new listener, we talk about Gym Kata a lot around here.
Yeah, that too.
Which is funny because to this day, I still don't know what Gym Kata actually is.
We gotta show you at least a trailer. You'll get immediately what the movie's about just by seeing the trailer.
Okay.
Dude, when you combine the deadly art of karate with the art of gymnastics, you get the deadly art of Gym Kata.
And also when you combine actual Olympic level Olympian gold medal gymnast with a weird James Bond plot with a cult city, that is also Gym Kata.
Gym Kata.
He was put in the wrong movie. Like there would have been a better movie he could have been put in.
I mean, this sounds like a pro wrestler.
Yeah, well,
kind of. Yeah.
Oh, but I wanted to say,
imagine Macho Man is like trying to fight like a city of cultists, but he doesn't like, oh my God, what do I do?
That's
and
what
then it turns out there's a ring in the middle of the city.
But who was the Olympian turned wrestler? Was it Kurt Angle?
That was Kurt Angle, yes.
Kurt something.
Well, Kurt Angle was an actual Olympic gold medal winner.
No, but this guy's a gymnast, not a wrestler.
Right, yeah. But you mentioned Kurt Angle specifically.
Yeah. I will say this: if I'm elected to public office, I'm gonna put in a bill called veto by combat. Everything is by combat in my politics. You could get rid of debt by combat. You could say I challenge this debt by combat, and then you have to fight your creditors basically. And I'm gonna fix that one because that one was very loose. But I'm gonna say for every knockdown you do, you get like $5,000 off or whatever.
Is it unarmed combat?
No. It's all hand to hand, dude.
So it's unarmed combat.
Unarmed, yeah.
Okay. We can't bring like a sword.
Yeah. No, but like say someone introduces like stupid bill, like the one they're introducing today or tomorrow or yesterday or the next day.
It'll be current by the time this episode comes out that a stupid bill is being introduced.
You could just say veto, and then
wait.
goes,
can you knock out more debt if you have a handicap? If you give them a sword but still beat them, can you? More?
You could.
Then they owe you money.
All your debt. Yeah, they owe you money.
Yeah, freaking sick.
See, I'm already turning. I feel like you were on the fence on my politics, but now because of the monkeys, you really weren't into the monkey stuff, monkey business.
The monkey business is
no. I have no love for monkeys.
Yeah, I do. They're gonna be my bodyguards. I'm gonna fall in love with one of them, just like Whitney Houston. Yeah.
God.
And so
the bodyguards, to clarify,
that'll be the scandal of your presidency.
Okay.
It's that you fell in love with your
clarify.
But to be fair, the monkeys got like lipstick and like a lot of cleavage.
Yeah, to be fair, yeah.
To be fair,
just like Gremlins 2, dude.
Yeah, to be fair, that's irresistible. That this monkey has lipstick.
Yeah, you can't charge a man. What's the charge, dude? Seduction?
A meal, a succulent monkey meal.
Monkey.
But anyway, veto by combat is my neat thing, and I think it's gonna be awesome, dude. Because there's nothing but old dudes in politics, so I could get if I get a good push, I'll knock a lot of them over.
Oh yeah, imagine like it's Mitch McConnell who introduced the vote. Then you're like, well, this will be easy to veto.
You could really show off. You could just do like roundhouse kicks, even if you don't get that high of a kick. You're still gonna knock them out, dude.
Yeah. So.
And you know what I'll say? I'll say if I knock 5 of you out, like 5 against 1, bam, automatic president. You know what I mean?
I
become president.
The presidential cabinet is like a gauntlet that you can get through.
Because think about Biden, how weak he was physically. And think about fucking Trump, dude. Trump's tall, but he's always leaning because he's going to fall, dude.
He's also only tall because of lifts in his shoes.
Yeah. Dude, he won't survive. He's a beta, dude.
So anyone who can defeat the entire cabinet and the president gets to become the president.
Yeah.
The evil presidential cabinet.
Even though I'm not ripped or work out at all, I'm going to wear a suit with no fucking sleeves, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, do you have to hold office to be a challenger, or can anyone just like, you
gotta hold office, dude. You got to hold office, dude. Come on, dude.
Okay, you got to be elected into position first, and then elected and challenged.
It's democratic still, dude. Come on, dude.
So if you got elected to be like a mayor of a small town, then you could fight your way up.
Then you could fight, yeah.
Okay.
But you got to get elected.
Or you get elected to a member of the school board.
Yeah.
You can still fight your way up.
Yeah. And my reign
my way up
as
to comptroller.
Yeah. Mine is none of this bullshit with like Trump's like men can't participate in no. You want to fight a woman for control? You're allowed to, dude. You can fight anybody. There's no rules on like you could be trans, you could be straight. No, it doesn't matter, dude. A fight is a fight, dude.
Yeah.
The
streets don't the streets do not discriminate.
Fists don't have fucking genitals, if you know what I mean, dude.
Yeah.
That's
as Batman says, the hammers of justice are unisex.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, they can go into any bathroom.
Well, you know what? You know what? Who's also probably endorsing Ricardo for presidency? ExpressVPN. Because you know what?
Probably, dude.
Not only
you heard it here first. Official endorsement from ExpressVPN.
I went on a deep dive on VPNs, by the way.
Okay, yeah, go.
Okay.
Because I in the streets of LA, I don't know if you noticed. Oh, you guys haven't been here for a while, but there's a lot of ads for something Mulvaney, like Mulvaney VPN or Mulvane or something like that.
Oh, really?
Oh, okay.
It's like a little like chipmunk or something like that. I don't know what it is. And then so I started going on deep dives, and to be fair, look, we're peddling ExpressVPN. That's our bag. But to be transparent to everybody, ExpressVPN owns other VPNs.
Right. Yeah.
Like they're part of right. And then so really there's like 3 big VPN companies that own all the big ones that you think are independent. They're not. They're part of other 3. So there's like the big 6 that are really the big 2, right? And then there's other tiers of VPN. I will say this: if you want strictly security, there's other VPNs that are probably stronger for that. But ExpressVPN is good all around, even though it's part of the big 2, because not only is it good for security, but also for geo-hopping. Because the ones that are like super secure are not good for geo-hopping because they don't have they refuse to pay for the servers for you to
if the one you were also talking about was Mulvad, I believe Mulvad VPN. I'm not saying I do this, but Mulvad explicitly does not allow torrenting. I'm not saying I torrent. I'm not saying I torrent.
You're just saying you heard.
Yeah.
You heard. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I heard allegedly in Minecraft.
Yeah.
But yes. So the thing is that like ExpressVPN is all around like just it's kind of like the Target of VPNs. Like you can go in there and you can get groceries and you can get fucking Hot Wheels and you can get clothes.
Yeah.
And you can get like 3-4
like
different
cat
things.
litter.
Yeah. Everything. Where the other ones are more specialized.
Furniture.
And they don't let you do other things. They're like, you come in here and buy food, but you can't come in here and buy fucking furniture, you piece of shit. Get the fuck out of here, dude. What do you think we are? Target?
I mean, also, one of the things also is that though, ExpressVPN does have a very good general track record, which is why I've personally been using them for quite a while. On top of which, like a lot of their source, not all of it, but a lot of their source code is open source. So you can just look at it, see how it actually functions.
If you want to get a whiff of that source.
If you're curious about how it works.
Curious.
Yeah, so there's a lot of positive things with ExpressVPN.
I'm just saying we're not just we're not corporate stooges here, right?
No. And in fact, the only reason ExpressVPN ended up as one of our first sponsors is because we used it personally already, or at least I used it personally already. Yeah. And and I had been really happy with it.
You're intimate with ExpressVPN.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean. More than one way.
If you want to be intimate with ExpressVPN, you can head on over to expressvpn.com/newbie Star Trek. And if you sign up for 2 years, they'll give you 4 months for free on top of their entire Identity Defender suite, which includes stuff like ID alerts, ID theft insurance, a credit scanner, data removal, and all that stuff. It's really cool. And if you're not sure, they have a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you can try it out for 30 days. If you're not sure, you can just send that VPN back, get your money back. So
then you don't have to package it like an Amazon package. You just digitally goes back.
So again, you can head on over expressvpn.com/newbie Star Trek. And if you sign up for 2 years, you can get 4 months for free plus the Identity Defender suite.
They don't guarantee that you're going to live that long, but the VPN will be around, hopefully.
You know what will survive for at least 2 years because it's high quality.
Vizio
extra
TVs? Oh, yes.
Well, Vizio TVs actually too, but extra wallets. Yeah, extra wallets. You know what? They're not just long lasting; they're also very high quality, very stylish.
I wish I was long lasting.
The defining feature of an Extra wallet is their quick access button, where it fans out all your cards in a smooth motion. So you're like, damn, I can access all these credit cards super fast.
Yeah, you can expose your credit cards.
Yeah, sometimes when you're at the grocery store and you're like carrying something, I actually do find it useful to be like, got my card out, scan it, put it back in. Super easy with one hand. And also, they sell a bunch of other stuff. Like, full disclosure, they sent us a few free things. One of them was the Grid Backpack, and the Grid Backpack has been extremely useful. Sarah and I have been moving a few times, and it's been very useful in terms of just packing a bunch of stuff into it. The regular Grid Backpack's also great. They have their Weekender bag. They have their tech sack. They have all sorts of stuff. It's great.
Sack.
Yeah. And so if you head on over to ekster.com, that's ekster.com, you can check out their entire catalog of products. They got all sorts of stuff. I also use their keychain, which I really like because you can separate the two sides. It's just a magnet, neodymium magnet.
For, you got a keychain, dude? Like valet.
Yeah. I've had it for quite a while. Yeah.
You bought it?
That I bought. Yeah.
Okay, I was gonna yell like, you son of a bitch! You been keeping shit from us, dude?
No, that one I bought, and I as Sarah knows, that's been my keychain for the longest time.
Yeah, it's useful because when you like give someone like valet or something, you can like easily separate. You don't want them like giving. You don't want to give them your house keys. I don't want to.
As someone who likes cars, valets make me very uncomfortable. I'd rather pay them double and let me go. Hey, let me park it myself. It's $3-4 bucks to valet. I'll give you fucking 10 if you let me park the fucking car.
Really?
Wow.
Interesting.
Wow. Well, I like valeting. So
I hate when they like adjust the seats and like don't put it back. No, it's just like someone else touching your knee. Someone's touching your knee. You know what I mean?
But I also don't care about my car, so it's a bit.
I mean,
you just let anybody.
The seat thing because like I remember a couple times I'd get in the car and the seat's like all the way up. I'm like, man, the valet person must have been like 3 feet tall because
the tiny short king,
Yeah, dude.
You can barely get in.
You can't shame short kings, dude.
Yeah, it's just like I'm not that tall. I mean, I'm like 5'7", so it's
But you drive like a cholo, dude. You drive with the seat all the way, like the seat going down.
I do find it funny though that sometimes when you valet, like they've changed the station, and you're like,
oh yeah,
it was like
the radio station. I hate that.
It's like a 30-second drive away. Why did you have to change the station?
Maybe you went to get like Cheetos.
Change the station and change the driver settings and everything. And you're like, what? Why did you do this?
But anyway, if you guys want to check out,
that's why you pay double and you park yourself.
If you guys want to check out Extra stuff, again, you can head over to ekster.com and check out their catalog. And when you check out, you can use offer code Newbie, that's NEWBIE, and that gives you an additional discount off of any order site-wide. And I say additional because they're constantly having random sales all the time. It's not just holiday. Like every weekend, they seem to have a different sale for a different product. And this will just stack on top of that. So, no matter what, you'll always get at least a little extra discount if you use that
stacks
code.
On stacks, as they say.
Yeah. So, and also it's free shipping, free returns within 100 days of receiving your order, and a 24-month warranty at least on all products. I believe the Cardholder Pro is actually a lifetime warranty.
That's damn.
Yeah.
So, who's lifetime though?
I think it's like
lifetime.
That's interesting.
I think the clarification I got was that it's actually the lifetime of the product.
Not the person.
Not the person. Yeah.
Got it.
So I think the product though
we should find out. We don't want to be
but for safety, I would say lifetime of the product.
Yeah.
So
we don't know.
Yeah, we don't know.
I mean, honestly, the product's probably going to outlive me anyway.
Is it?
I mean, probably. The way things are currently going, for sure.
Yeah, you can just go somewhere else.
Humans will be gone, but Extra wallets will be here.
Where can we go? The whole planet's going to be on fire.
Unless they're foreskin wallets.
But yeah, you can, again, ekster.com, use offer code Newbie for an additional discount off of any order site-wide. All right, we should get in there. Denise Crosby wants us to get in there.
Ricardo, could you please tell us what happened in this episode?
This episode was a little dumb, but fun, dude. I had a lot of fun. There was a lot of fun. Okay. You know why?
Okay.
There's a lot of character actors that I recognize.
Yes.
Yeah, Sarah
I recognized a lot of people, but I didn't know their names. I'm like, hey, that guy looks familiar. Specifically the guy that
who played the old man,
failed,
who played the Syrah.
The guy that failed the Syrah guy.
That sells Syrah?
The failed Syrah first.
The dead Syrah or the
new Syrah. No, I'm talking about the new one. Young
the old
Syrah
guy and the new guy. Who are they?
So the new Syrah is, I recognize immediately. There's a series of movies that I have been trying to make my way through. It's the Canon film series.
Mm-hmm. Right.
I don't know if people know, but like the Canon film series was a production company.
Right.
Anybody that knows me knows I like American Ninja. I like Bloodsport. I like a lot of the movies that I mentioned.
American Ninja 3. That's a specific one.
I like all of them, dude. They're all badass, dude.
3 is the one with the V8 scene. That's
the
why.
V8?
Yeah, that's American Ninja 3.
Yeah, but 2 is the one where they're in Hawaii and there's ninjas in Hawaii for some reason.
That's true.
Yeah. So,
that sounds fun. That sounds like a holiday.
There's a lot of crazy stuff. Yeah. Anyway, so I watch a lot of these movies and I've been making my way through them, and I discovered that because immediately the new Sirach looks familiar, and I'm like, why the fuck does he look familiar? Mm-hmm. And I look up and I know him from this movie. He was in a movie called The Last American Virgin. And
I haven't seen that one. Yeah.
This movie, I mean, a lot of movies in the 80s would not get made nowadays, but this one is just, it's wild, dude. It is a wild movie. It's a wild, like, high school romp.
It's like one of those 80s sex comedies.
Yeah, but it's crazy, dude. Like, at one point, like, all the dudes in the gym are measuring their dicks, and it's like, it's wild, dude. It's wild.
It's like in the spirit of Porky's kind of.
Yeah, I would say Porky's is famous, but this is probably dirtier.
Yeah, probably. I mean, like everyone tried to one up Porky's after it came out, right? So
and it's so this movie's wild. So let me just give you like a quick just of the stuff that I remember that happens in it.
Right.
So this dude, the new Sirach, he plays like kind of like the not so cool guy of the group.
Okay.
He's like the Michael Anthony Hall guy, where he doesn't kind of get the girl.
Yeah.
He's cool and all, but he doesn't get the girl. Like there's the other cool guy that gets.
He's the one left out of the Breakfast Club. Yeah.
And so this girl he loves ends up going with the cool guy. He fucks her, gets her pregnant, dude.
Oh shit.
And the new Sirach has to go take her to get a fucking abortion, dude.
Oh, that's serious.
It's deep.
And in the 80s, that was a fucking huge deal.
Yeah. So. and then she goes back to the cool guy and never. Dude, this is a real bummer for me, dude.
Oh, this is a bummer sex comedy.
Yeah, it's a real it's a real fucking downer. But there's a lot of funny things happening. They all hook up with a prostitute, and I'm sure that's
hilarious.
Yeah,
hooking up with prostitutes.
They pay her, and she's laughing, but they're underage, so it's wildly inappropriate.
So is this a comedy or a drama?
Yeah, it's a comedy.
It's one of those boner comedies from the 80s.
It's a 1980s, early 80s comedy, like teenage comedy.
Yeah.
But I immediately recognize him and I'm like, oh, it's this dude. And it is. I looked it up and he plays Gary in The Last American Virgin.
He has a very familiar face. Yeah.
The old Sirach is played by, I'm just going to go through all the character actors in this because, the old Sirach is the guy who is, I recognize him from a movie called The Last Starfighter. Have you guys seen that?
Oh, yes. Oh, the one he's like, he's the explainer guy, and you're like, he's the leader who's gonna be like, we're gonna fight your cult.
Yep,
that guy. Yeah. Okay, yeah. I also recognized him from he's in an episode of TNG, the one where Barkley turns into a super genius because of a thing. He's the big floating head that shows up at the end that explains.
Oh, that was him, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I remember him.
Yeah, he's the big floating head at the end.
A lot of these people in this episode are like characters that you recognize in everything and stuff.
Yeah.
So there's a girl, right, who is trying to negotiate, right?
Oh, the young lady.
The young lady.
And then there's the other dude, the Bajoran, right?
Mm-hmm.
That other dude is in every movie as literally, like, I'm going to name a wild number and I'll probably be under. About 90% of the time, he plays a cop or security guard who is either dumb or racist.
Oh
Literally in every fucking thing. I remember him from Fletch. He plays a dumb fucking sheriff.
He was in NYPD Blue as a Captain Robert Lane.
Yep. He was also
Star Trek is his outside role, then his outlier, I guess.
He's still playing kind of a
idiot.
He's playing like a dick.
That's true.
Yeah. And
he wants his land back.
And Locked Up with Sylvester Stallone, he plays one of the cops as well. So he's always playing the cop, always playing an idiot. But you know what? Like, these are the dudes I'm
Pays the bills,
getting ready.
though.
I'm getting ready to do a podcast episode, a film podcast episode, where we talk about these guys that like you don't know their names, but you see them in every fucking movie, and like these are a lot of people. This is I'm gonna deviate for a bit, but a lot of people like in Middle America were like, well, why should I help California? There are a bunch of like rich elitists and stuff, and what people don't realize is that like every state has its blue collar job, right? Like you have mining, you have the auto industry in Detroit, but like, the movie industry has a lot of money, but it's only like, again, we're still talking about the 1%ers.
Yeah.
Like only above the line. When they say above the line, it's literally the people that are above in big bold letters, which are the stars.
I mean, there's Tom Cruise, bunch of people who work
Tom Cruise,
hard.
Brad Pitt, but everybody under the line, it's really a blue collar job.
Yeah.
Like,
and also
it's union jobs.
The thing I also want to point out though, is that everyone, when they think of California, they always think, oh yeah, California, all the Hollywood actors. That's the main industry. Entertainment industry is actually a tiny portion of California's industry. If you ignore the government, the largest industry in California is healthcare
or agriculture or some kind of.
We have a lot of
also very big.
Agriculture is the 5th largest industry in California, to the point where it's one of the bread baskets of America. Yeah. So like it's not, but
but within the film industry,
even within the film industry, like everyone who's thinking of like, oh, they're making all the money is like the 0.1%. It's really
what I wanted to talk about specifically with all these guys. Is that within the acting community? There's Tom Cruise, there's Brad Pitt, and all those people that are making millions of dollars. But literally, there's people that make like their living being in everything. But they're still just like getting minimum. Meaning, I mean, it's SAG minimum and it's a union, but it is like a blue collar job. They're going in every day, sometimes for one line, but you're there for literally 18 hours. Sometimes.
Long hours.
That. But we need that. We need the cop background cop with the one line and. Yeah.
And a lot of Hollywood and a lot of acting is comprised of these people that are just, they're the working actor.
I think it's really cool to be, what they call working actors.
At least for now. AI is coming for those jobs.
Yeah, AI is coming for those jobs for sure.
Yeah. But
we can just paste them in,
I think that's why it's so important to like really not have AI. To have these people like,
oh, absolutely.
This guy, look at all these credits. Look at any of the people that are in this episode.
Yeah.
There literally tons of credits because they're literally working out. So one day you're in this, next week you're in a fucking movie. The following week you're on CSI Miami. Like it is a job to job, blue collar job.
Yeah.
For some people.
I mean, like one of the friends of the podcast, Spencer Garrett, who played Simon Tarsus in the Drumhead episode of TNG. He was the half Romulan guy who was on trial and you got put up. He's one of these to the point where if you look at his bios and whatnot, he says, I'm the guy you recognize from everywhere, but don't know whose name it is, because he's just constantly working and he's everywhere. But even Spencer Garrett would say, I'm one of the lucky ones. I make a good living off of this. The vast majority of actors like me do not get to make a good living.
Don't they have a documentary about these kind of actors? I forgot what the documentary was called.
It's called That Guy. I think it's called That Guy.
Yeah, it's called That Guy. It's actually called That Guy. I remember that.
Yeah. There's a whole, I remember hearing about a documentary about these working actors, that you recognize, but like you have no idea who their names are, but they are essential to content over the years and decades. So.
Oh, yeah, it came out in 2012. It's called That Guy Who Was in That Thing.
Yeah.
There you go.
That is an excellent title for that documentary.
I love that. Exactly. This is exactly what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Even people like look at Avery Brooks. Look at everybody, and even the leads of the show.
Yeah.
All these people. Yeah. So okay. The way
they started off that way.
The way you make the way you kind of make. And it's hard with the new way the film industry is going with streaming, because it used to be that it was like a good union. It was kind of like people that work in the auto industry back in the day, people that work in
exactly
in steel mills, where you would work and then you would get a pension, right? Or you get residuals, right? So like all these people that are regulars will make a good living because it's good when it's re-airing and stuff like that. But with now like streaming and stuff, the contracts aren't the same. So like the fact that this is on Netflix or something, they're not getting paid for the
they
airing.
Get a fraction of the residuals they would normally be getting because the original concession was that Netflix was considered new media and they didn't know if Netflix as a streaming service would survive. So the original contracts that the unions came up with them was like, hey, we get it. You're a completely new distribution system. We don't know if you'll survive. So we'll take a smaller cut to see how it goes. Now they are the system essentially. And the contracts have not changed. They still constantly go, oh no, we agree to this cut. And everyone's like, hey, this is no longer new media. This is the main media.
This is media. Period.
Yeah. So let's get our original residual rates back because you are making a fucking killing off of this and just leaving everyone else in the dust. And that's the thing. It's just.
But yeah, this is why. Anyway, I went on a long rant to say that.
I think
not all of Hollywood is rich Tom Cruise and Brad Pitt. It really most of the industry is formed by the people like this. Basically, I mean, look at me, us. We all worked in the fucking industry. We're not fucking rich.
No. Most of Hollywood workers are not.
Yeah.
So this episode, there's two storylines. One, God damn it, it's
almost 3. Really,
we're not fucking even into the goddamn episode. Sorry, guys. So 2 storylines, almost 3. But really 2. One is the negotiations again of two races living under the same planet.
They do that a lot.
It's not the 2 races though. So this is
two clans of the same
factions.
race. Sorry, two factions of the same race.
This is one of the things I actually like about the episode a lot is that you know how we always joke, hey, everyone on Klingon, the Klingon planet is just this one Klingon culture.
Yeah.
What they're finally doing is they're saying, hey, on Bajor, there's different cultures and different countries essentially, and they all do different things. So these 2 Bajoran cultures are fighting. This Bajoran culture is really old and has superstitions that don't correspond to what everyone else does.
It's kind of like religions.
And none of them care about the missing guy.
That has not come up at all.
So
not at all.
So it's like religions. Like within Christianity, there's a bunch of different versions of the belief.
That's what I mean.
Christ.
But that's fine. It's finally refreshing to see that they're like, oh, hey, this is not all we're not all Star Wars planets.
Yeah,
I'm ambivalent about that because of the Kai. It's like, okay, like if she was so central, like a central figurehead that everyone cared about, we are seeing 2 different like sectors of Bajor that seem to not give any shits whatsoever, and also have very very involved like local things going on.
But the thing is, I think it's like Sarah's saying, if the Pope died today, I don't give a shit. I'm not Catholic, and I actually
it's like a figure, But it also made me wonder, like, which culture or country is Kira from?
Well, sure.
Like, is she
that
from New York? Is she from
She's from New York,
South America?
Well, you're kind of bringing up
Europe?
You're kind of like that's kind of where I'm going with this. It's kind of like if the Pope died, it would be like people being told that our Pope is the Pope of Earth.
Yeah,
but not just Catholicism, but of Earth, and he
kind of
missing.
is though, because there is only one Pope on Earth. Therefore,
which is why, again, I'm back to how come these sectors don't care. We get to not care because that's just the Pope of Catholicism that died in our hypothetical scenario.
In my government, you could challenge the Pope to a fight if you're elected far enough up.
If you absolve your sins,
you're like absolution of sin by.
Can I skip
combat?
You get to skip purgatory by fighting the Pope, and if you win,
go to the front of the line.
Can you fight your sins?
No, you could fight a proxy.
That would be ideal. I feel fight the sin itself.
Maybe
sobriety.
So yeah, like the splitting of Bajor into various cultures is like I do appreciate that they're doing that for once, like Marvin said, but like they have also built up this unified idea of what Bajor culture is, around the Kai that.
But I think it's also how like Catholics think everyone cares about the Pope, and that's not true, you know, or like a lot,
maybe like the Queen, like the royal family.
Yeah, a lot of people go, "Oh my God, it's the Queen," but in reality, a lot of people don't care about the British Queen. You know,
like, so this is us like having to learn about
the Queen when she died. I feel like they aired it, but it's like. You ever watch
Sarah's parents weirdly cared, like you just kept watching it for some reason. But
did they stand up when the king goes to the chair and they did the old salute?
Yeah, I mean, you know, older generations, you know, have this tie to certain things that we feel more distant from. Yeah.
No, like titles and pomp, you know, just matter a lot more to older generations.
That's like, also true.
They do.
It's
I mean, I still
things
remember
that are old are revered by default.
Yeah, I like I don't agree with the saying respect your elders. I don't believe in that.
Okay.
I think I just saw a clip of like dumbass Trump saying, "Oh, you can't talk to me that way. I'm the president." And it's like, no, you're just a man.
It's true.
Oh, well, in that
you're
case,
just a man.
Fuck that. Yeah.
No, but anybody. I don't think
that's the thing. I would feel that way regardless of who was president. Like, you know, like
exactly. Like Biden, like I would yell at him too.
The
like,
Obama, Reagan, Clinton. It doesn't matter. You were all just people. Like,
well, they are also specifically public servants. You know what I mean? Like,
that's always the other thing.
Like, you don't talk to me. Basically, it's like the other way around. It's like, you don't talk to me that way, motherfucker.
Yeah, exactly.
You work for me.
That's the other thing. Yeah, people have like turned the office of presidency into like a revered position, when in reality we are hiring someone to work for us.
Yes,
they are an employee essentially
to make decisions on our behalf. It's but that's been long forgotten.
Back in the day,
now,
we would like hopefully go for a guy who actually embodied, you know, like good traits and qualities people liked,
like Richard Nixon,
and it was a lot easier to believe that general like concept a while ago. It was a lot easier to believe the lie a long time ago.
Well, there's only like 3 channels on TV, dude. Here's the thing. I don't think you should respect your elders, period. Like you should earn my respect, even if I'm younger. I don't give a fuck, you know? I'll kick your ass, dude. I'm way younger, dude. Like you have no skin in this game, my man. You know what I mean? That's how I see it with anybody. Like you go to the store and somebody and I see a lot of dudes trying to cash checks that their body can't fucking, you know what I mean? Write checks that their body can't.
I say everyone
handle.
starts off with respect, but it can be lost by anyone.
No,
I'm with Dan. I'm with Dan on that.
See, Dan, you start, you with people in general, you started at positive. I'm at a 0. Everyone starts with me on a 0. And then I may like you, but odds are I probably won't like you.
Well, the thing is, I the way I start off with people.
Well, I think you treat people with a basic form of courtesy that embodies some modicum of respect.
I treat everyone. What I'm talking about. To me, I meet everyone. If they're new, they are neutral to me no matter what. But I'll always like treat them like, hey, what's up? You're like a normal person, like courteously.
Yeah.
But
I'm still at a 0.
That's a 0 to me. A neutral is to me. Yeah, a neutral is a 0 to me.
Yeah, we're just defining things differently. That's all.
Yeah.
0 to you is neutral to us.
Yeah. I almost started at a negative, to be honest. I think. If I'm being honest with myself,
well, then that would mean that your default interactions with people are disrespectful, are they?
Well, yes.
Then that makes you a dick.
Sometimes, just because I think humans, not for me.
Yuck.
So
they are pretty terrible.
Yeah. So here's the thing. So this episode, we got to get back to it, dude. Ricardo, get back to it, dude. Stay on course.
Bring it back around. So 2 things. One is that there's 2 factions of the same goddamn like religion, and they are in a planet and they're fighting for water rights, basically. They're fighting for water rights.
Technically land rights.
It's land divided by water, and the water has changed, and so they're disputing over whether or not the water is the water.
One of them is an old white dude, and one of them is a young girl whose parents have died, and she's kind of in charge of those people. And she's kind of the age that
he's reportedly 15.
Kevin Sisko.
Yeah. And, what age are they trying to?
Oh, how did you know she was 15?
Yeah. How did you know? That's what Memory Alpha said. So.
Oh, okay. I didn't catch that in the episode.
Memory Alpha said. Yeah, I think the episode did like explicitly say 15.
I got the vibe they were trying to say she's like 16. It's like she's older than Jake and Nog, but not by much.
I thought it was Kevin.
It's also funny, you kept calling the Syrah the Sirach, and Jake's actor's name is Sirach, so it's very confusing.
So and then another storyline is Miles O'Brien and the Doctor. They go over to a planet that makes Sirach vodka, and there's an old timey guy who's like Shang Tsung, and he's like he fucking fights off fucking smoke demons, dude.
Yeah. Right? That's literally what's going on.
But literally, he just tells stories. Like he's like, and
you know what it reminded me of? It was like Owen Don / Elite Beat Agents.
Oh yes,
like 1-to-1.
Yeah.
It's like you just make the townspeople believe in themselves, and the threat goes away.
Yes, but then there's literal like physical beams fighting things. If you can summon
it is
hard
way
enough.
more 1-to-1 than that Thoughts and Prayers episode with the Traveler.
Oh yeah, this is way better than the fucking Traveler episode.
and so let's start with storyline with Miles O'Brien. So Miles O'Brien wants to get out of it, and because he doesn't want to go. It's just
why is he so awkward with Bashar?
Well, because he talks about it. It's
Bashir.
true. It's true. And hold on, let's back up first. He tries to get out of going to this planet, and he's basically driving Bashir to this planet where this old dude is dying.
Right.
And he just has to it's really kind of like Nacho Libre when they send Nacho Libre to the old man's house and he thinks he's dying, he's dead, and it turns out he's still
Yeah.
Just like that.
Yeah.
But anyway, so they send and Miles O'Brien doesn't want to go because Bashir talks a lot. And I've both been that person when I was younger and I didn't know to appreciate silence. And now I used to be Bashir, but now I'm Miles O'Brien as an older person where I'm like, it's okay to be quiet. It's okay to be quiet. Like we embrace the awkwardness. It's fine. Let's just be quiet and enjoy.
I also don't think it's awkward. I think if everyone knows what's going on.
Yeah. I've driven a couple times to work with a coworker. Mm-hmm. And the first time, there was a lot of talking.
Yeah.
But then this last time that I drove, it was a good 10 minutes without talking.
Yeah. Well,
God damn it.
You run out of stuff.
Yeah. Like this is a good place to be. I feel like.
Yeah.
And I broke the silence to say that. And they were like, you're right.
It's like that scene, that scene from Pulp Fiction has always stuck out to me where it's
when he shoots the guy in the face.
He shoots Marvin in the face. But the scene where they're having dinner at the 50s diner, and she goes, "Isn't it nice when we can just sit and shut up?"
Oh yeah.
Yes.
That's how two people are comfortable with each other when they can just sit there, feel quiet, but not feel bad about it.
No. Yeah. If you feel bad about it, then you clearly are not comfortable.
Yeah.
Here's so they go there to that planet to see this old dude who's dying. And basically all it does is he tells a story. He tells a story, and then the ghost in the smoke, the smoke monster from Lost goes away.
Yeah, kind of almost exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, and he makes a lot of noise, and exactly like the Lost fucking monster. I think they stole it from this.
I think Lost stole this. Yeah, I mean Lost is also on like a jungle-y thing.
Yeah,
and
it comes.
Did
and
Lost ever find orb fragments?
I'm sure.
We don't know that.
Yeah,
we don't know that.
Let me just look up Lost TV series Orb. Let me see.
Yeah. But
the Lost Orb.
That's funny.
Now, is that real, or did you just find a result that said Lost Orb?
I'm confused. There's a lot of results regarding some sort of orb. Yeah. Okay.
One of your parts is the dude's dying, right?
Yeah.
And he's in his deathbed, basically. And there's like, is there anything we can do? And Bashir's like, well, I can make him not have pain, but he's gonna die. And they're like,
he's having organ failure. And
and he's like, he's been to Oregon too many times and he's failing now.
At least he waits till he's out of earshot to say it, though.
Yeah.
He seems pretty cold, though. Like he's just like, well, he's dying, and I can make him more comfortable. But that's about it.
Give him some weed, and then you realize that he has like an apprentice guy, and when they show up, he's like, "Let me touch you, Bashir," and he's touching his hands. I think he just wanted to touch his hands.
Yeah,
and he's like, "No, you're not it. Where's your companion?" And Miles O'Brien, he's like, "Yeah, the Irishman." He's like, yeah, you're the guy, you're the prophecy, you're the guy that was, and we never really learned why he like skipped over his apprentice.
Oh, we do. It explains.
What did he say?
Yeah.
Because he fucked up and injured some people.
Oh, but like that's it though?
Yeah.
As like punishment, but then like there's this
punishment,
also
but it was like what was necessary to like successfly dupe the townspeople into believing him again.
Yeah.
He's like, you say like a lot. He's like, you say like a lot, bro. He's like the people here will like.
Here's the thought that I had though. The big problem that I have.
Yeah.
The big problem that I have with this.
Dude.
Yes. the big problem that I had with this is that what if you just told the damn townspeople what the thing is?
Yeah.
Just tell them what you're doing.
Yeah. We fight this thing with vibes, people. Let's vibe this guy out here, dude.
Good vibes only.
Yeah. So that's the thing. That's the other stupid part of the script, which is that yes, back in the past, you did this to bring the villages together, right?
Now you can bring them together by telling them the truth and be like, we just
now you can be like
vibes.
Now we no longer need this extremely dangerous tradition.
Yep.
Yeah, this is self-inflicted Owendon crisis every year for 5 nights.
Yeah, sir, and it's 5 nights. That's horrible. So they're on the 4th night, and the guy dies on the 4th night, and he tells Miles O'Brien like, "Oh, you got to take over." And it starts shooting like a laser, and he's like, "Say this," and it totally reminded me of fucking Army of Darkness, where he's like, "Claw 2."
Yeah, actually, it feels a lot like
that. Right.
And so he does it, and the fucking smoke thing goes away, and they're like, "Oh my god, he's the new prophet, dude. Let's bring him potatoes." And then I love this dude because they bring him potatoes and vodka
women
and Ciroc vodka.
What more do you need?
Yeah, Ciroc vodka. And then Bashir's like, no, bring it in. He's like, roll that stuff in.
Yeah.
And Bashir was ready
bring
to
the
fuck
bitches
with those ladies, dude. He's like, bitches, come in.
He's like, they're here to offer you services.
Yeah. And Bashir was ready to inspect those. By the way, somebody tagged me in an article on our Discord group for the members. If you want to join, it's how much is it, Marvin?
It's only $1.99.
Oh, $1.99. There we go. Plug it. Yeah. Somebody tagged me, and I need more context on this because someone tagged me on an article, like a medical article or like a study, an essay or something. I didn't go deep into it. That it was what kind of breast men like.
Oh, I saw this.
Cultures?
Yes.
And I'm like, either this guy or this person, they know me really well, or have I just been talking a lot about breasts? One of the two. And I don't know which one it is, and I don't want to know. Don't tell me.
Do you remember the conclusion of the article?
No, what was the conclusion?
The conclusion of the article is that the majority of men actually prefer medium-sized breasts.
That makes sense.
But the second place winner is large breasts.
Surprise.
Yeah. I mean,
what's considered medium? Like, is there like a
probably like
a handful?
Probably like a handful.
It's like weird science. Anything more than a handful is too much. You know?
Oh my god.
There's nothing, you can do with more than a handful. But
whose hands are we talking about?
I mean,
the larger the hand, the more larger the medium is.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
It's got to be proportional.
Yeah.
Scalable.
It's the motion of the ocean, not the size of the tit.
That's why you got to measure by weight, not
Exactly.
not volume.
Yeah.
Come here. Get over to the counter. Then,
you got to go for not displacement.
Not volumetric displacement.
But this reminds me. Yeah. If you tag me on something, give me a little context, dude. Because now I'm confused, but I still don't want to know. Like, have I been mentioning boobs a lot, or this person just knows me really well?
I don't think you've been mentioning it more than the average person.
They just know me very well.
Yeah.
You're confused, but you're aroused and willing.
Yeah.
I'm confused but curious.
Yeah. I'm boob curious. Here's the thing.
Ricardo, quick question. Are you a boob guy or a butt guy?
100% boob guy.
Really? You're rare.
Okay. Yeah. I'm a butt guy. I'm a butt guy.
I'm a little bit of both.
Okay.
Yeah, why not both?
Yeah, I'm a little bit of both. But
no, you have to choose. That's so interesting.
Yeah.
You got to choose. Then I'm with Ricardo.
Yeah. Okay.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
I feel like I don't hear from the boop guys very much.
We're here, dude.
Well, we got the two boob guys right here.
Yeah.
Never left.
Yeah.
All right. I didn't know you guys. There's dozens of you guys.
We're the silent minority, you know?
Silent majority.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
So.
In the 90s, we were the majority.
Yeah. Make America big boobs again.
Mama.
So
you know what? The three like girl or women that show up to quote unquote offer services, they just show up like as though it's normal and automatic. So that implies that the previous old Syrah was accustomed to this.
He was accustomed
You think
to
so?
just
You think so?
getting his dick sucked. Yeah.
I don't know.
Wow, dude, this
I think
guy's
so.
over, dude.
It's why he's dying.
But this was also like a tradition and ritual that they invented in their own society. So
I know,
like,
dude.
you know, this is
This guy's
pretty
a David Koresh,
nicely
dude.
manufactured, eh?
Is this the fucking like Mormonism of fucking Bajoran?
I think so. I mean, if your life is on the line, you're gonna try everything. You know.
You know, like
That's
how
true.
Mormonism
Make
was
him
like,
happy.
hey, we
Suck it out of me.
we have polygamy because we're
this
just trying to
the Syrah does look like that old like tattered hat wearing guy from Futurama that said, "That's right, I'm a bigamist."
So basically, so the old David Koresh guy, he dies, and he basically leaves Miles O'Brien in charge, and so they bring him the whores, the bitches, and they bring him the fruit and the potatoes and stuff, and all the Ciroc's fucking vodka that he could drink, dude.
Oh yeah,
and
Which is a
they're
lot.
like, they're like, he's like, I'm married, I can't have these ladies. And he's like, dude, bring your wife, dude, and have her hook up with the ladies. Whatever, dude. It's you. You're the king now, dude. You're the king of the castle.
No judgment.
King of the castle. Yeah. And so he's there and he's like, no. And he even goes out to like try to figure this out scientifically. Mm-hmm. And everyone's like, oh, can you bless my baby? And like, oh, I have a basketball game coming up.
That baby was cracking me up.
Yeah.
The look that the baby was giving him, it was just intently staring at him the whole time. It was great.
It's like, don't fucking touch me.
Don't you dare touch me, you fucking pervert. And so he's trying to like not to be the fucking the Syrah guy.
Yeah.
And so the Syrah apprentice shows up and he tries to shank him, dude. And he's like, what the fuck, dude? Why are you trying to shank me? And he's like, I'm the apprentice. I just fucked up once. And now he kicked me to the curb, dude. Like, I've been taking care of this old man, watching him get his dick sucked, just awkwardly next to him. You know what I mean? You know, unzipping his pants
forced
for him.
to watch.
Then he just gives the fortune to Anna de Armas.
Yeah, forced to watch. Yeah. he's like, hold my dick while these ladies suck my dick. And he's like, and I did it for him. And, you know, like, I'm so upset. I just fucked up the story. I kept saying like and he was very upset. And he's like, all right, whatever, dude. And he's like, but you should be it. So he puts the robe on him. He put on the fucking Elvis robe.
Yeah.
And then this fucking the constable of the city.
Yes.
He's like, you fucking bitch, take that off, dude. You're gonna
the guy with the actual Elvis haircut.
Yeah. You're gonna curse the band and fucking Van Halen's gonna break up.
But also, Miles forgives him really easily. Like, he was about to kill him.
Yeah, and he's like, all right,
yeah,
put on this robe,
like,
dude.
why are you like explain why you're trying to kill me? Hey, you should be the guy.
He's like, in that case,
that's how bad he didn't want to be the guy. He's like,
that's kind of what it means to me.
That's how
like,
I felt too.
I really don't want to be this guy. Yeah. Like, I know he was just trying to kill me, but he needs to be the guy.
Well, at that point, I would have been like, fuck all y'all. I'm just going to leave. I can just teleport out of here. I don't have to be here.
That's true.
And he just transports away. Like,
oh, wait a minute. That reminds me. They transported down to the Earth or to the planet's surface from the runabout. So runabouts have transporter capabilities?
Yes, they do. Yeah. There's a transport pad in the back. Yeah.
Okay, so they're not like shuttles.
No. They're basically like better than shuttles, but they're not full ships.
Why don't they use this all
so
the
long
time?
as this is consistently like the case throughout the show, I won't have any problems.
Yeah.
I have a thing. I would have left when they're like, if he dies, the whole town dies. And he's like, what do you mean? He's like, the smoke monster comes at night. I would have been like, I'm out. Sorry, I'm out.
I would have been like, what if me being here brings a smoke monster? Have you thought of that?
Yeah.
Have you thought that maybe
have you thought that maybe you don't need to keep lying to them about this magic thing that you're making happen?
Yeah. Maybe, don't you realize the smoke monster's only showing up because you're using magic to summon it? What if you just stopped summoning the smoke monster?
They also refuse to explain the magic of the orb fragment. It's just like, well, we can't understand what it's doing, but it's doing it. And
when I first saw it, I thought he was like a Mysterio kind of guy, where he was like optical illusions.
I was kind of thinking that too. Yeah. So there's going to be like some projection. Or
me too.
But it's literally magic.
Even what's his name? Even Miles O'Brien's like, I don't see a power source if it is a projection.
Yeah.
But anyway, basically Miles O'Brien goes out there and he does the Klaatu Barada necktie. And he fucks it up too. And then the apprentice rises up to the occasion and he's like, yes, Klaatu Barada Nikto.
Yeah.
And boom, the smoke monster goes. And the people are like, yes, he is a new guy. He's a choice. Let him have all the bitches. And he's like, finally, I get all the bitches, dude.
Yeah, all the ladies swarm
but new ones, I don't want the ones that suck the old
I'm
dick.
the giver.
Yeah. Yeah. But he's like, I don't want the ones that suck the old dick.
Yeah.
And then they go. They leave it. They're happy. And then like at the end, because at one point the doctor had been like, oh, call me Fabian or whatever his name is. And he's like, he's like, all right, well, I guess, I don't, he's like, we don't have to tell anybody about this, Fabian. And he's like, you know what? Don't, maybe you don't have to call me Fabian.
Don't call me Fabian.
Right, cool.
Don't fucking talk to me anymore.
Yeah, don't call me that, dude. I'm not making papooses over here, dude.
I'm still not really clear why Miles and Bashir are so uncomfortable with each other. Like, I've never seen Miles act like that with anybody before.
Because he talks too much, dude.
Is it because Marvin was just like, oh, he's too...
Well, I think one of it is that like Miles is blue collar, Bashir's very like high society white collar. Like he graduated from a good college.
He went to
Harvard.
Harvard.
His class, he's a doctor.
And Miles O'Brien's like fucking like Good Will Hunting. And he's like, how do you like them apples?
Well, kind of, because he's like blue collar, but he's super smart.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably finds him pompous and obnoxious. But
and he found him extra annoying in that one scene where like he was watching him on a date. And like Bashir was like, well, I got a really good score on my test once. And that's like his way to like flirt with a lady.
Yeah.
And he's probably like, oh my God.
I guess he was just being awkward and just wanted to be professional and quiet. And it is a little annoying that Bashir was like.
Can I tell you my theory?
Yeah.
My theory is that Keiko went to the doctor. And he touched her inappropriately. He's like, take off your top. I'm gonna give you like a breast exam. And she's like, but I'm not even of the age. And then she told Miles, she's like, this fucking pervert. And I think he violated the.
Okay, if that happened, Miles would beat the shit out of him.
Because he's Irish, dude. That's racist, dude.
Well, because he's Miles O'Brien. He loves fighting.
True.
We've seen him fighting like 3 times in the Enterprise already.
And especially you get a little Ciroc in him. Fuck, dude. Punches, dude.
Yeah, and presumably Miles cares about Keiko.
Presumably.
Yeah.
We never see her anymore. She's gone.
She's gone.
Yeah.
School's over.
And the baby is nowhere to be found. The child.
Probably getting blessed somewhere else.
Yeah.
Anyway, so the other storyline is Cisco is like presiding between this negotiation between 2 people, the little girl and the old guy. Mm-hmm. And the girl's young. And
they're ageist here.
Eggnog, yeah. Eggnog is in love with her, but he doesn't have no game, dude. But Kevin has a lot of fucking game, dude. Kevin Cisco is like, and
Jake.
Yeah, Jake. And Jake goes and he's like they're like egging each other on, like go knock on the door. No, you go knock. And Jake has fucking game, dude. He comes in, he puts his feet up on the fucking couch.
But that's okay. Yeah. I'm annoyed by that. If someone came into my apartment without me inviting them in, dude, and they kind of
this is 90s cool.
Yeah, this is exactly
what
cool, dude.
I know, but it's like don't sit with your outside clothes on my good furniture. Like, don't do that. Like, like I don't want that right
now. Dude, yeah. The thing is they play a little Glenn Miller and it gets clean. You can put your feet on anything. But anyway, he has got fucking game, dude. Like at the end of the episode, like there's a lot of hijinks that happen, but I want to jump to the end.
Yeah.
When she's like, oh, you basically you realize how much Jake loves his dad.
Yeah.
And like, because he talks him up, he's like, oh, he's got good lessons. I would go to him if I had problems. And you realize that he really respects.
Yeah, it's a genuine. That's the thing. Unlike Worf and Alexander, there is a genuine love between Jake and Sisko. Like they really.
What do you think about Nog and
I think
Rom.
God, what's his name?
Rom.
Oh yeah, Rom. Like, do you think? I mean, he kind of said he seems like it's like a shitty dad a little.
Well, that's the thing. That's why
sure.
Nog is kind of like, I don't want to talk about dads anymore because
I don't want to talk about good dads.
Yeah, because Rom is kind of a bad dad to him. So that's why.
And I like how like he really talks up his dad, and like eventually the girl goes to Sisko and asks for advice, and she kind of pitches him the idea she has, and he helps her, and he's right. And
although in that conversation with Sisko, the way Sisko specifically Avery Brooks reads out the lines. Yeah, but the way Avery Brooks reads out the lines, it sounds like he's making fun of her. He kind of goes like, "Oh, I'm sure your dad would be very proud," like he says it in a way as if it's like, "Oh, sure, like you definitely know what you're doing," like.
So at the end, he gives her advice, and like she takes it and like she's gonna go. You don't see the end of negotiation, which I hate about the episode. You don't see how it ends.
Yeah. You only see the proposal she's about to make. Yeah.
Before she goes into the meeting, she thanks the kids or the teenagers, and she gives Eggnog a fucking kiss. I theorize she had already made out with fucking Jake, dude. Like they had hooked up, kissing. Is
that appropriate? Are they aged? She's
How
old is Jake again?
They're
Jake's
teenagers.
14?
They're teenagers. Yeah, they're all teenagers.
Yeah,
they're all teenagers.
She seems older than that for some reason.
She's 15.
I mean, she is. The actor is probably older, but
probably
she's 15. No, she's from Jeepers Creepers.
At the time?
She's young. She's really young.
Really?
Well, let me see what their comparative ages were.
He's probably older than her, to be honest.
Well, let's all keep in mind that this is a theoretical makeout.
It is a theoretical makeout, and the actor was 8 years older. Gina. So Sarah's intuition is correct. She was older than him, but in the context of the story, they were all supposed to be the same age. So
I'm gonna tell a little story about me.
Okay,
I'm not gonna look good. I don't think the other person's gonna look good either. But I'm not gonna name names, so it doesn't matter. When I was 16, I was dating somebody who was 21 years old. A lady who was 21 years old. She didn't know I was 16. She didn't know I was 16.
Yeah, that happens.
I feel like that's
she found out, and then she said, "Fuck it."
Well, I mean, the fact that she didn't know means that she comes away from the story seeming pretty okay.
Yeah.
I feel like for guys, it's like maybe seen as more acceptable than like for girls to do that way. It's a little more like jailbait.
Yeah, it's a little not equal.
It didn't stop us though. I mean, I was definitely of the crowd who dated older for sure.
Oh, I'll elaborate on this story. Dated this person who was older. Then she found out. Then she was okay, but so I was too young to understand that like you don't, unless you say we're exclusive, then you're exclusive. You know what I mean? You can date other people. And I felt like fucking horribly betrayed. She found out she was also dating somebody else. But then because of how I met her and how we hung out, eventually we kept talking again. And she's like, I want you to date my sister who's younger.
Oh.
And I went out with her younger sister who was my age.
Oh, all right.
That's wild, dude. Now that I think about it, I'm older. I'm like, that's wild.
That is a little weird. The sharing aspect of it is strange.
Yeah. Now that I think of it, it's kind of weird.
You know what? Maybe sharing is caring. I don't know. Maybe it's fine.
She just thought that you were perfect for her.
Yeah.
She's like, you know who you would be really good for? My sister.
Yep, that's exactly what she said.
Thoroughly tested.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Anyway,
I've kicked the tires on her. She's good to go.
So anyway, back to this episode. I think because she didn't even acknowledge Jake, and Jake was in like, oh my gosh, she didn't kiss me either. Like he was fucking cool as cucumber, dude. So I have a theory that they did kiss or something.
Well, like, I think she was more.
Jake was trying to be a wingman.
That's the thing. Yeah, I think she was picking up on the fact that Nog is the one who's really interested, and Jake was like along for the ride and like helping out.
Like Jake's like,
Jake's like too cool for school. Like he was just like, I'm good.
Yeah, when Nog saw her, he was like, "Oh my god, she's the most beautiful thing in the world." And then Jake was like,
"You're sprung already, dude. You fucked up. You fucked up already, dude."
He turned on the compensatory riz.
Yeah.
Nog was giving desperate, and women don't.
Yeah, he was like, "Okay, I need to charm her somehow. I need."
Yeah. Nog was like vibrating. He was like, "Oh, I don't know what I should." So,
it was,
very
it
nice.
was a little weird.
He's like, let's go see the hole.
Also, we saw the bucket in this episode.
The first appearance of Odo's bucket.
Yeah. It was filled with oatmeal.
I tell you. Okay, that was
anti-spill.
I don't think it was
I
oatmeal.
am not gonna lie. That was
I don't think it was
that was not oatmeal. That was something else. I don't know what that was, but it was not oatmeal.
Dude.
Yeah. That was
really chunky.
I replicated cum.
Yeah.
That's really chunky stuff, though. I don't like that.
That's how they ejaculate.
It's very visibly chunky.
Well, it's been there. He's been collecting it for a while.
That was an amazing prank. Like, that was such a good prank. Like, even I was just like, oh my God. And he's just like, when he like finds the bucket and he throws Odo on him, and he's like, Odo. He's like crying. He's like, oh my God, Odo. Oh my God. Oh my God.
I love how he screams Odo as he's on him.
So good.
And he was like concerned.
It sounds like oh no, but he's saying Odo.
Yeah.
That was such an amazing prank. I was like, oh
good.
shit, what happens? What happens if you throw Odo on someone when he's a liquid? Is he okay? Like,
although it's a great
really
idea
weird.
for a prank, I kind of hate whenever TV shows do that. I'm just gonna laugh until everyone laughs.
Yeah.
Everyone does like the acting comedy laughter of and they all
Yeah,
start
I mean, it's clearly
they have
a
to
fake
cut
laugh.
back to the seed laugher. To show like it worked. Everyone's laughing now.
It's okay. It's not awkward. Look at the main guy's laughing. I feel like if you throw Odo while he's wet, if you know what I mean, he splashes on the floor and it's kind of like T2, where like it just pulls up and it comes out of the water
back together. Yeah. He'd be fine.
Yeah,
he would be.
He's like, call out for John.
Not a chunky paste. It was weird to see the bucket, because I feel like stealing Odo's bucket is like such a personal thing, like stealing someone's like underwear or like, I don't know. Like,
no,
it just
I feel
feels
like
very weird.
He could use any old bucket or pot, I feel like.
But it's clear that he has like
but it was like a personal. He had like a bucket.
Yeah, they were all
like
aware they had a bucket,
and it's clear that he has like a nice bucket. He didn't just use like a pail. It's like a really nice with nice edges.
So
and
it
stuff
sounds really personal.
Yeah.
Such a weird one to
and
steal.
Cork tried to tempt him with a nicer bucket, and it nearly swayed him.
Yeah, he was like, that would be cool if I had like a Latin
crystal slot bucket.
Yeah, that'd be sick,
my ejaculation bucket. Yeah, I thought this episode was fun. It had a lot of holes in it and like a lot of stupid things, but overall it was fun. And I'm gonna give it a 7.5.
Yeah, I agree. I thought it was fun, but it was pretty average. One of the reasons why it feels the way it's average is because this is actually a very, very old TNG spec script.
Oh my God, dude.
And the storyteller, the storyteller part of the story was the spec script. And they just, every year they would come back to it and be like, is this the year we produced this one? Nah, it's still not good. And then for DS9, when they were looking for scripts, they were like,
just good enough.
Okay, let's do it. But they added the B story on top of it because
they had so many storylines in this episode.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on. Yeah.
More than usual.
One of my favorite parts, I forgot, I skipped over this, is the quacker brings them water or like drinks, and he's like, young lady, here's a drink, and then he throws it on the quacker. She throws it on the quacker, and he's like, I'm still charging her for that.
he's like, here's a Sunny D, for the little girl.
But wait, so did he bring like presumed drinks for them? He just presumed what their orders would be, and he was going to charge them for them too.
Yep.
Yeah. Of course, that's a very Quark move. Yeah.
I guess so. Yeah.
If
we also learned another rule of acquisition in this episode.
Yeah. Opportunity plus instinct equals profit. That's pretty good.
Very 4chan.
if they don't pay, I think he sends like Cisco the bill and he's like, yeah, you gotta pay for this, dude. Doing business in my establishment.
Maybe Starfleet's just been quietly footing all sorts of bills that Quark puts on delinquent tabs.
Yeah, but actually, you know what? Like everyone's getting money. Like everyone's getting like a basic universal income, so it doesn't matter, dude.
Yeah,
I don't
like
care.
Out on the station, I feel like that's a little more suspect. I don't know if everyone on the station.
I'm okay with that, dude. As long as I'm getting my beak wet with some good bread and some fucking some burrata. Yeah. Let them have drinks. Let them have Sunny D on me.
All right.
I'm giving it a 6.5.
Okay.
I was there too.
Yeah.
What did I say?
You said a 7.5.
Gave a 7.5.
You too, right, Marvin?
I gave it a 7. 7, yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I'm going 6.5. The storyline with Miles and Bashir, that I was telling Marvin, I'm like, this reminds me of the show Scare Tactics, which is one of my favorite shows of all time. Did anyone ever watch Scare Tactics?
No.
I watched some of it with you.
Oh, yeah. Okay. It kind of reminded me of like where you put someone in a really crazy situation and there's like all actors. It's kind of like, I guess, like Punk'd a little bit, like that kind of like.
Yeah,
and it
very
felt
much
like Miles was in this situation. It just kept getting more and more ridiculous and scary. And then the whole time, and then the whole crux or climax of the show is like, they say, "Are you scared?" And then the person's like freaking out, like, "Yeah, I'm scared. I don't know what to do." And they're like, "You're on Scare Tactics," and it's like freaking out. So that's it. Kind of just feel like, or
it'll be Tracy Morgan who comes out and says that to you.
I think, exactly.
What was the? It was like a news channel that would do the thing where like, it was called "What Would You Do?" What would you do?
Oh, I didn't see that one. Yeah, I've never seen that.
It was a news thing. It was like a ABC or NBC News, and they would put a girl in a bar and like. Maybe like kid actors.
Yes.
Like she would go to the bathroom and then like the dude would put like something in her drink.
Yeah.
It was to see if like people around her would say something
or anything or do something.
And then they had to interview them. Like even if they did like, they're like, you saw the dude put something in her drink and you didn't say anything. And he's like, well, it's not my business, dude. And then some dudes were like gonna fight the dude. Some dudes were like, well, don't put fucking shit in her drink. You piece of shit.
Yeah.
It's like, very similar.
Yeah.
He'd have to come out. His name was like Leo Quinones or something. He would have to come out and go like, oh, this is just for ABC News or NBC.
Or they would have like maybe like a parent like abusing their child on the street or something. And it's like, what are people going to do? Like
there was like a racist one too where they're like, you goddamn Mexicans. And then some people would like step up and be like, no, don't do that, dude.
I feel like that show could be a very slippery slope. It's like you can expose someone for being very bad if they join in on the bad behavior. Or something like that.
They start joining in on the racial slurs.
I feel like a lot of things could go wrong.
Yeah, that's what it felt like. So Scare Tactics is very similar. Like these situations where these real people are kind of being tested. And I felt like that's what the whole storyline was with Miles, and everyone else was just a paid actor around him. And they're just like, say these words. And he's like, I don't know what I'm doing. It's like, we're all going to die if you don't do this. And he's like, okay, I don't know.
And technically it was all a performance. So, it was all a farce.
It was an interpreted dance.
Yeah. It was weird. That was the most entertaining storyline, I think. The others were just...
You don't like Riz, dude?
Okay.
You're a hater?
It's fine.
You hate Kevin Sisko?
He's too young for me, but...
No, but I'm just saying like it's just a good story of teenagers coming into their own.
It's just it's a Bill Dungsroman, as I love to say.
I
didn't like how dumb they made Varys seem. Like Varys herself seemed the young girl negotiator lady.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they're all dumb. All the young kids were dumb.
Like they only painted her to be young and not smart.
Yeah.
Well, maybe canonically she's actually very stupid.
I guess that's kind of thing. It's like, oh man, like at every turn she's just like being an idiot. Like, I don't like this person.
We will go to war and die for this little corner of land.
But they also don't give you any other details to like make her stance seem any more like supportable or
squatters' rights.
Yeah.
So she just seems kind of crazy and stupid the whole time.
Well, if we're also looking at Discord's vote, big surprise. It's actually quite different. Their average score is a 5.5. They went quite low.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. So yeah, Discord.
Damn, you guys are vicious with the ratings. God.
Some of the comments that described it to explain it. Patrick said, "Can't quite remember the B story, so either I'm forgetful or the story itself is forgettable.
That's
forgettable." MF Dog was like, "I'm a hater on this one." Nora said, "Once upon a time, there was a Dalrock, and it lived there." In the woods, because that is what Miles just yells out.
What Miles says,
yeah.
Oh yeah, and don't even get me started on the story that he tells. It's he
should have told it to my story. He's like, two mice fell to a bucket of cream. One died.
But it's crazy because the villagers already they kind of already understand that this is just a rote ritual.
Yeah.
Just go up there and tell the story. It doesn't matter who does it.
You know what it remind me of? Have you guys seen It Part 1?
Yeah, It Part 1.
Mm-hmm.
When they're just like, you're a piece of shit. And he's
they learn. They start kicking the shit out of the clown.
Yeah. And they're like, you're a piece of shit, and your face is ugly. And he's like, oh my god. And they defeat him by bullying him,
by making fun of him. Yeah.
That's what it felt like.
Yeah, it's kind of
like you guys could do that. You guys could just tell the smoke monster that he's a piece of shit.
You're ugly. You're just small.
They kind of did that to Armis too.
Yeah. Armis also got killed by your mama jokes. So that's kind of what happened.
It was funny in some parts.
I think the strongest point of the episode is, to me,
the
that
bitches. When you bring the bitches.
Is the neat point about different like Bajoran tribes having different whatevers and cultures. And I do like there's some good character work. I do really enjoy that Jake really loves his dad. I think that's like a good endearing quality about him. Yeah. That even when he's like hanging out with the girl and trying to impress her, his first instinct is like, I do love my dad though. You know, like I think that's neat. I think it's interesting. And I also do like, the odd couple of Miles O'Brien and Bashir and them being forced to hang out. I think it's fun,
As I was thinking about this episode, I had a thought like, was there ever a version of the script, and I don't think there is, where instead of Miles, it was Bashir who is dubbed the Prophet or the Sirah?
I don't know.
Because I feel like there could have been a version where Miles is just very sour-faced, like, being along for the ride as Bashir is like really into being the Sirah.
Yeah, he's like, oh, this is great.
Like there could have been that version of the story instead of the one where it's like Miles hates everything and wants it all to stop.
Right, right. But that's the thing. If he was made the Sirah, he may have just stayed.
Maybe. I mean, like it could be that like, oh, it turns out that Bashir is actually really shitty at being a Sirah, and also someone tried to kill him. And
that's true. Yeah, but Bashir's like, oh, the bitches though, that would have been great.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I would have liked to have those bitches, but
and the free potatoes.
Yeah, no, those are for Miles.
He would get naan, just lots of naan.
Potato man.
Yeah.
Where the hell have you been?
I don't know.
Piano lady.
I don't know if this is the case, but when thinking about Kevin Cisco, I think of this. That I think at some point, as you get older and you grow up, you realize like, oh, my dad doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. You're just trying to survive. And then I think if you still respect your dad, then I think that like, oh, your dad's a really good dad. You know what I mean? Because like you know like that he doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. And because when you're young, like you look up to your dad, you're like, oh, he's
a big, cool, strong dad. There's nothing he can't do.
And then you get older and you're like, God damn it, he's fucking confused as shit, dude. Doesn't know what the fuck he's doing.
He was doing his taxes wrong his whole life. God damn it.
Dude. He owes hundreds of thousands of dollars in taxes.
God damn it.
But I think sometimes I get upset, and I yell and stuff. But as of lately, I've been trying to do the thing where he'll go like, my kid will be like, why are you yelling? And I'm like, because I don't know how to control my feelings. I'm just honest. Like, I don't know. I don't know how to control these feelings I'm having.
Better.
That's honest. That's honest.
You got to try the gentle parenting.
And it's not gentle. It's just I'm still
honest.
upset. I'm just
parenting.
Yeah, you're just upset. You're like, I don't know why I'm upset.
I'm upset at the world, dude.
Yeah.
But
there's a lot to be upset about the world, so you just gotta be honest about it. You know?
I feel like I do respect my dad a lot, but even though I think he is wildly out of control and doesn't know what he's doing.
I think we can all agree with that. You start to see your parents as human when you start to grow up.
But then I feel like that's when you know, like, I respect them a lot because, or your mom, because you're like, they're severely flawed, but yeah, it's fine. But
they're doing it.
I think there's I know people that don't have that, you know, that they're like, my parents, I don't talk to them, or I don't respect them, or, you know, which is sad. Like, if you don't, especially nowadays, like if you and your parents are especially now, like currently, if you and your parents are like completely different, you've stopped talking to your parents because of political reasons, you know?
Yeah.
I find that sad. Like that.
I mean, I know lots of people who are like that. I mean, for very good reason. I mean, like,
no, I'm 100%. I could 100% see why. Yeah, but I don't see it the other way. Do you mean I don't see why? Like me seeing my kid and like him, like just imagining him going like, oh, you're totally fucking wrong, dude, and like you're gonna make me stop talking to you. To not be like, oh, wait a minute, let me see it your way. Yeah, and just be like, no, I'm stuck in my ways. Like, you know, like it's wild to me. But anyway,
you didn't raise no kid like that.
Yeah.
I feel like newer generations are better at this than like younger generations had to do a lot of.
I don't agree with that either.
A lot of I feel like a lot of like millennials had to parent their parents. You know what I mean? Like
not just millennials. I feel like every generation.
Every generation. But now I feel like the choice to have kids, I feel like a lot of people are preparing a little bit better, or society is setting them up a little bit better to be more informed, and mental health is being talked about more, where like I feel like my generation and older, which is millennials, it's like there was not a lot of resources, and kids were often left parenting their parents, and it was just pretty awful. I could be wrong. Maybe that still exists.
I don't know.
Who knows how it'll go from here?
I feel like it's like the same thing with like, oh, I don't, like you get older and then you literally become like it's a thing. It's a cliche for a reason. Like that you become your parents. Like it literally happens.
Also, I especially as of late have been trying to avoid the narrative, or just generally, I've disagreed with the narrative that a newer generation has more positive qualities than the previous, especially 100%. Since like
100%.
Oh no, I don't believe that. I just think that there's more resources, and it's certain things are talked about more.
But I don't think it's necessarily always going to have led to better outcomes.
No, I don't.
Yeah. Like the thing I always think about now is that like there was this whole thing where people were like, oh my God, with the rise of like Zoomers and like the way they talk about political things on TikTok and disseminate information, they're going to be the future, they're going to be the bright future. And it turns out of the, the arbitrary distinctions of generation, Zoomers, millennials, whatever. It turns out that Zoomers are the most likely to have pipelines into becoming Nazis. So, it turns out.
Yeah, I don't agree that.
Otherwise, they're just disengaged from politics as a whole, as all young people 100%. Are.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not like they're suddenly way better than the previous generation was about this.
Yeah, I will say this because it just happened and it's fresh on my mind. But I don't know why this must have been like a week or two ago. I may have a little temper issue, but I lost my shit. I was at my dad's house and I was trying to get something from the garage. I lost my shit, dude. And my dad's like, "You got to go to therapy, dude." and I'm like, "Wow, dude!" Like, because my dad's been to therapy, and I'm like, "God damn it, dude! This guy's been to therapy. I should go to therapy."
Wow, your dad's been to therapy. That's amazing. Yeah. I would kill to have my parents go to therapy. Yeah. My God.
Oh, it's way too late for our parents.
I've been begging. I was like, please,
my dad just went recently. Like it's never too late. If there's a will, there's a way.
But the way you have described your dad, he seems more willing to do things since his entire life. My dad is barely willing to go to a new restaurant, let alone.
I go to therapy.
Yeah. Old Asians don't do therapy. That's not a thing.
Yeah,
no,
you can't get an Asian man to go to a doctor, like a family doctor or like a primary, let alone a therapist. You know?
Yeah, I mean that's a cliche with like the machismo of like. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe
for Koreans, it's not machismo. It's just a complete distrust of the medical system. They just don't want to be involved.
They're the goddamn Trumpers.
It's just Koreans just don't. It's like the mentality is you only go to the doctor when something's wrong. So nothing's wrong. Nothing's wrong.
You're like don't go because you'll find out what's wrong.
You know?
Yeah.
You know, that's
but
I disagree. And, you know, honestly, like it's why my dad almost died from cancer because he never like went to the doctor correctly.
Or he would say he went at the right time. He's still alive.
Yeah. He did everything right.
He did everything right, dude. You're wrong. I feel like sorry, dude. Still alive, still around.
That's so true. Honestly, Ricardo, you're not wrong. You're like fucking not wrong at all.
But
I will say this. I do like
still alive, still kicking. Yeah. It was like he had the flu, pretty much.
Might as well keep smoking. Why not?
Yeah. It's like you have the flu. It's gone now, right?
Yeah.
I feel like that's why I gave this episode a large number is because of the Kevin Sisko and his dad story.
Yeah, I do really like that point.
Yeah.
I think it's very sweet. I think it's not saccharine to me. Yeah.
I feel like that storyline might have popped a little better for me if Sisko and Varys, the girl negotiator person, did not have multiple scenes in his office.
Yeah.
Like the first one felt like one that kind of stole some of the impact from the second one. Because the first one was like, you just had a very unproductive meeting where nothing happened and you're just like being stubborn.
And he's like chewing her out and like,
Yeah, like they have that moment, but it doesn't feel like it doesn't feel like the callback is very strong, or like it's not like they were trying to do anything by pairing those scenes together.
Right.
In particular.
Right. Yeah. Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
Well, everybody, that was our recap of The Storyteller. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I think we enjoyed it.
By the way, if you're a new listener, that's my wild high recap of it. It's not. I understand. Like it may deviate how I told the story, but just like Miles O'Brien, I'm just making it up, dude, as I go.
I was hoping he would go into like an Irish folktale or something. You know,
he's like two potatoes fell into a bucket of water.
2 potatoes fell into a bucket of cream, then became a delicious mashed potato casserole.
And then we had some whiskey and drank all night. Yeah. And there was a leprechaun.
If you guys liked the stuff we do, maybe you could give us a like or a rating or a comment wherever you are on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever the fuck you are. It'd be great. And also, check out our merch store. We're going to be putting up some new merch. I'm going to finally, put in John's new designs into our vendor interface and see what it looks like. We're going to get samples, check them out, see how they print, see how they look. I think they're going to look great, but we'll see. And then we'll put them up on the store and you guys have to see. So you can head on over to fugitiveframes.store. That's our merch store. You can check out what we currently have. But we're going to get some upgraded shirts there pretty soon. And I think we're going to turn some of them into stickers as well. So you're going to get some nice die cut stickers of those as well. I think that'll be fun.
I want stickers.
Yeah. That'll be fun. And also, if you guys, want to support the channel more directly, but you get stuff in return, you can become a YouTube member. Join our YouTube channel, become a member. And not only do you get early access to new episodes, those episodes will also be YouTube ad free. You get to be a member of our members only Discord, which is nice because it's just a nice, fun little community of people kind of helping each other out, literally like sending each other Lord of the Rings books because some of them were thinking about it. And I think it's super neat. All stuff like that, playing tabletop games, talking about politics in a nice, fun, friendly, cordial way. Animal photos, cooking photos, traveling, lots of stuff. We do a lot of stuff in there that's barely related to Star Trek. But just like the podcast.
True to the podcast. It's all over the place. And I really appreciate our Discord members. You guys are awesome.
Yeah, it's great. And
shout
also,
out to you guys.
If you guys ever want to send us an email, you gotta get it shouted out on the podcast, maybe read, maybe ask a question, maybe a cool little factoid, you can always email us at contact@newbiestartrek.com. That's contact@newbiestartrek.com. This week, we get a letter from Canada. It says, hello from Canada, Sarah's home country.
Mm-hmm.
So Danny,
Canada itself didn't mail us?
Canada itself did mail us the entire country of Canada. So
sorry about that tariff thing.
Sorry, it's not us. Please,
wasn't us.
Please, I just want my maple syrup.
Nanny from Canada says, hello, Marvin, Dan, Sarah, and Ricardo. Like so many others, I found the podcast from Marvin Shorts on Instagram. I listened to the first episodes while I was driving 2 hours to visit friends for Super Bowl 58. And as I drove home from visiting them for Super Bowl 59, I was listening to Marvin and Dan's TNG Season 1 tier list, so I'm almost caught up. I have plenty of mental health diagnoses, so life can be a bit of an emotional roller coaster. When I'm at my lowest, usually during an 11-hour work shift, I always turn on an episode of Newbie Star Trek, and my mood immediately improves. On my most recent long drive, I theorized that maybe I don't want to catch up all the way, so I always have one episode when I feel horrible. I didn't think I'd be able to deal with Ricardo's humor, but I quickly grew to love it. Sarah is the heart of the podcast.
What does that mean?
Aww.
Sarah is the heart of the podcast, and I never had any issues with her voice. Dan is the best comedic straight man, and I get all the Simpsons references. Have you guys thought of doing a Newbie Simpsons podcast? And Marvin is the glue that keeps it all together and somehow keeps it all running smoothly, never change. I don't know if I do a great job of running it smoothly. So,
what a nice email!
Nice.
Gosh, my heart. My heart can't take it. So much kindness and love.
I can't wait to listen to every episode that comes in the future. All the best and thank you, Danny Galea, Aurelia, Ontario, Canada. So I think that's how you say it, Aurelia.
So Danny.
Yeah. So
Danny,
thanks,
my
Danny.
Fellow Canadian.
Yeah.
My kin, my not my kin. That's weird.
You know what? You were shit talking Canada last week, dude.
Yeah.
So so fucking jumping around,
Thank
dude. You're like,
you.
oh, fuck Canada, dude. And now you're like,
so
oh,
nice.
Oh, Canada.
That is
Us Canadians.
It's a very
Us
nice
Canadians
letter.
are so nice. You know, I had somebody say that to me last week. Like, I've been meeting a lot of new people where we moved, and when people find out that I'm from Canada, they're like, always like, oh, fucking knew it. Of course you're from Canada. They're like, you're so fucking nice. Like, the only place you could be from is from Canada. It's like the puzzle was solved in their head.
They're like, your accent sounds just like Drake.
Fuck no. I hate the. Oh my god, the Toronto accent is the worst accent in the world. But
yeah, no, you know what? Don't not claim Drake, dude. That's on you, dude.
No, I'm not claiming Drake. I'm not claiming.
have to.
I don't think anyone out there wants to claim Drake anymore.
You can't say, "Oh, Canada, my heart," and then fucking be like,
we gotta be straight. Toronto fucking loved Drake for the longest time. Come on,
I don't like him. I've never liked him.
Sarah, we have Tupac.
Yeah.
But we also have Snoop Dogg.
That's true. That's our cross to bear. It's our cross to bear. You know, we have to.
We have to accept him, even though
the East Coast. The East Coast has Wu-Tang. But they also have Biggie Smalls, you know. Like we gotta take the good with the bad.
Who's
we also got Puff Daddy.
That's true.
You know, we gotta take the good with the bad.
You win some, you lose some.
Yeah, you're also from Florida, so there's a lot of bad to you.
There's a lot. There's a lot. Yeah,
way more baggage than positives. That's for sure.
Yeah,
let's be honest.
Yeah.
So you know,
it might outweigh the Canadian in you. Yeah,
probably. I don't know what that makes me if someone was like, oh, I don't know how I'd feel if someone was like, damn, I knew you were from Florida. Like, I feel like that would be.
Oh, yeah. What would that mean? Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I feel like that would be like,
you're from Florida. You're not like us.
Yeah. You're so fucking crazy, Sarah. You almost like jumped off a bridge on bath salts. I knew you were from Florida.
You almost Florida manned all this, you know?
Yeah.
Can I just say something real quick?
Oh, yeah.
I feel, and I want to say this out loud, so it's on the record.
Go ahead.
I feel like Kendrick Lamar is what Kanye wanted to be. like that deep.
Oh yeah.
Like there's so many things
Kinda,
to break down.
sorta.
Like the shoes he was wearing, the bell bottoms are for a fucking reason. Like everything was very thought out, like a well written fucking essay, dude.
Right.
Yeah.
The whole performance was just like
Oh, definitely.
boom, 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 boom.
all the details.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Kendrick's a huge nerd.
Yeah, 100%.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah,
Like the fact that it looked like it literally looked like a Sony PlayStation controller from the white shot.
Oh yeah.
Drake is with Sony. Like everything was specifically fucking there for fucking purpose.
Game over.
I mean, if you're gonna get someone on the biggest platform in the world,
yeah,
he was like, did you think I was gonna fucking let this go?
Yeah,
hell no.
Like that is, I don't know that I've seen that. Like there's no like death.
This level of intelligent pettiness.
Yeah, death would be the easy way. You know what I mean? Like Tupac, Biggie beef, where they ended up killing each other. That was like easy way out. This is the most petty, funniest, deepest fucking way he could have done it.
It was pretty good. It was pretty good, and I think the whole world agreed with that.
Yeah.
Said like
someone said this, and I agreed. Like no matter where Drake was, he heard everyone chanting the A minor at the end. Everyone said it. Even people that don't like the fucking song know it. And you, it's like you had to just say it out loud. And if he was in the mountains, maybe he didn't hear it. But if he was in an apartment, like in Toronto or something, he had to have heard it, dude. If he was in
he probably heard it if he was in the mountains too, because it would have been so loud. Yeah, it was pretty well thought out. Yeah. For sure.
It's just crazy to me that like a diss track has gripped the national consciousness for like well over half a year now.
Yeah. Also, I didn't know you could literally dick slap somebody on national TV and they would air it. You know?
For real. Yeah, I don't know how you respond to something like this on this level.
No, you're done.
He has to like just lay low for like a year.
Yeah, just lay low for a year and be like, damn.
Currently, the response is a lawsuit. And that's terrible.
Which is terrible.
That's a pretty weak
and that's only going to make it so much worse for him.
Yeah, because then they'll have to come out to court and say, okay, here are all of the ways in which Drake was a creep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Why does your song lyrics talk about minors? What's about that? What's that about? Well,
here's the thing is that like the thing about that is that like the record labels, like I'm sure they had a legal team look over it and go, and then they're gonna go, yeah, but the publicity is like worth it, so let's get sued. It's fine. Let's go for it.
It's all calculated at this point.
Yeah.
Oh, did you hear like the streaming numbers were like record breaking afterwards? It was like crazy.
Oh yeah.
Well, they're so big that Drake was like, I'm gonna sue. It can't be that high.
Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous, but I'm here for it. I love it, and
I never fucking liked Drake. I never understood why Drake got so popular. I'll be honest. Like,
here's the thing: is because he had a couple like summer bangers that hit at the right time.
I didn't get the banger, like Hotline Bling. I was like, this song is lower than mid. I don't understand why people are so hung up on
the song that made me like that forced me to know that Drake was an artist. That was it. That was when I first got to know who Drake was.
Here's the thing. I don't know if I ever told you guys this. Whenever my kid would cry as a baby, like he could be like fucking like just crying as a baby.
And Hotline Bling would put him to sleep.
100%. Not put him asleep, but he would calm down immediately. Yeah, and then like eventually we realized that like the video also worked. Like if you showed him the video, he would just like. And this was like
it's just that like rocking motion.
This is like this is him like at like 6 months old when like he had opened his eyes, he could kind of focus, and like Online Bling, he was fucking locked in, dude.
Well, the best version of that song is the Wii Shop remix.
Oh, I haven't seen it.
Oh yeah,
but also I thought it was called Online Bling for the longest time.
That sounds more sensible, honestly.
Yeah. Online Bling.
Like blingy.com where you'd make those gifs of
blingy.com.
Yeah, it was. I'm happy the Eagles won. I think, I
mean, I'm not happy the Eagles won. They're also shitty fans.
For the
can they finally leave the hotel now?
Yeah, they can leave the hotel now, I guess.
If I had to pick one team, I'm not even a sports person. I didn't even pay attention really. But if I had to pick a team.
Okay, now as a sports person, look, I'm a Rams fan since I was a kid. And then they left, and I was upset at them, and then they came back, and then I became a Rams fan again.
Oh yeah, but it's a roller coaster to have been a Rams fan.
Yeah,
for sure.
But in my heart, this year and last year too, I really wanted the Lions to win for two reasons. Not, a lot of people have left now. Listening, they stopped listening at this point, except like 3 people, because 2 reasons. One, we really didn't give that quarterback a fair shot. Jared Goff. He was with LA and we traded him right away as soon as he lost the Super Bowl because we needed to win in order for it to be worth it that they spend. Okay. So the quarterback for the Lions, he was our LA quarterback for a few years. Okay. He took us to the Super Bowl 1 year, but he lost. And
then you get kicked out if you lose.
Well, no, here's the thing. The city spent and the owners spent billions of dollars to build that stadium.
Right.
Yeah.
And the only way it would have been profitable is if they won a Super Bowl within the first 5 years.
Really? That seems like a huge
Not
gamble.
only win a Super Bowl, but also host a Super Bowl. They were going to host a Super Bowl already. They was like in the books, and they needed to win one Super Bowl in order for it to be worth it because of all the publicity you get, of all the merch.
It's a fucking huge gamble.
Yeah. And when he lost the first Super Bowl, we had to get rid of him.
Wow.
And I get that, but it was done very like in a very kind of heartless way where it was like this guy had come over here. We had the youngest coach ever, dude. He was like barely, like he was in his early 30s, dude.
I remember that. I remember someone talking about that being like, this guy is way too young.
By the way.
Okay.
But he had taken this kid from the draft who was just a college kid. He took the Super Bowl, and then we said, we can't use you anymore. And this guy, he thought like he had a home forever, and we're like, no, see you later, buddy.
Wow,
get the fuck out of here. And this coach Dan Campbell over there in the Lions, his philosophy and stuff is like, hey, we may not be the best, the fastest, but like we're gonna have the most heart and like not stop. And I wanted him to win so bad, like he deserves it. If anybody deserves to win, it's that city, it's that coach. It's that quarterback now because he's gotten really good, and I hope they win in the next few
Detroit Lions.
Detroit Lions, yeah.
All right. Okay, so
yeah.
Well, let's see. Let's see next year.
Kind of like what was that movie with the Lions?
Angels in the Outfield.
That's
what I kept saying this week. I'm like, does Patrick Mahomes keep saying fucking Christopher Lloyd out there because he's throwing a nobody? He's seeing the Angels in the outfield.
What was the one with?
They should just make one for every team. Lions in the outfield, Cardinals in the outfield, Athletics in the outfield,
Chiefs in the outfield,
Eagles in the outfield, yeah. Lakers in the outfield.
Bunch of fucking water.
Clippers. Where the Los Angeles Lakers are like the angelic muses to a baseball team.
Shaq and Kobe, and they're just
to the Anaheim Angels. The Anaheim Angels usually Lakers.
I want to say this so it's on the record, and for all to know, I fucking hate the Angels with all my heart. There's not a lot of things. Look, I hate a lot of things.
All your heart.
But I hate a lot of things.
There's none of your heart left.
There's a couple things that I hate with my entirety of my being.
Okay.
And one of those things, it's the fucking Angels.
Wow.
The Anaheim Angels of Los Angeles.
They used to be the team I rooted for when I was younger.
You were wrong, dude. And if I'd seen you as a kid, I would have kicked your ass, dude. Like he's a goddamn Angels.
I like to see you try, bitch.
Here's the thing. There's a friend. There's a friend of this podcast
that
I can't get behind because he's a goddamn Angels fan, dude. And he's a nice guy, dude. But I can't get behind him because of that. I can't commit
you know
to the
who you
thing.
are.
Yeah.
Scooter.
Scooter Brom.
You know what?
Oh
Do you know
my
what,
God.
Danny, thank you for the email. That was a very kind email.
Thank you, Danny. You were so nice.
Yeah.
Sorry for the humor.
Thank you.
I hope our tariffs do not damage your way of life too much. And everybody, I hope you're doing well and hope you enjoyed the episode. If you like to see other things we do a bunch of other things. If you just head on over to fugitiveframes.com, there's a whole list of random things we do. One of them is, like a little feature film Sarah and I made, but one of them is our other podcast, Would You Stay Tuned, which we have not made a new episode in a while, but we're going to get to it. But there's a bunch of episodes you can already listen to. Like, we watched The Blacklist. What did we watch? We watched the interview with the vampire. I was about to say the Vampire Chronicles, but that's the name of the series, right? Anne Rice's Vampire Chronicles, I guess.
Yeah, I think so.
Yes.
That's an over like arcing.
Yeah, the overarching storyline.
It's a universe.
Yeah.
Oh, we started watching season 2 finally.
Of what?
Yeah.
A
Vampire. I was saying the Vampire Diaries. It's a very different show. Interview with the Vampire. Yeah.
Oh, finally?
Yeah.
You guys are way behind, dude.
We are way behind.
I know.
It's been very busy.
we have been. It's been on our to-do list, and we finally started watching it.
Yeah. So we're
season 3 is going to come out soon, later this year, I think. So.
Already? Wow, they're pumping them out.
Yeah. Season 3.
I guess it's doing well. But
I think they're filming now. But yeah.
But yeah, you can just check out our other podcasts. We'll just stay tuned. There's a bunch of stuff we already talked about, and also, next week we're going back to TNG again. This is in the era of hopping back and forth. It's a TNG episode, Frame of Mind. So that could mean a lot of things. Frame of Mind. So, all right. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. We'll see you guys next time. Stay safe, everybody.
Oh, I want to say, if you have a chance, please go check out Gym Kata. It's a beautiful movie.
Absolutely. Yeah. Gym Kata is easily one of my favorite bad movies of all time. It's so fun.
Here's the thing about Gym Kata. Like, if you're having a party, like any sort of party, like a get together.
It's a great party movie in the background on the TV. Yeah.
It's a good movie where you're like, you could have it on mute and then something crazy happens, and then you like, let's rewind it and hear what the fuck's happening. Because
I have a very important question.
Yeah.
Is Gym Kata the name of a character?
No. You wish it was, but it is,
because you guys keep fucking talking about shit as though there is a character named Gym Kata.
It's like it's like how John McClane is Die Hard. That's how it's the same thing we're saying.
Yeah, Gym Kata.
Right, but at least I already know John McClane is John McClane and not actually Die Hard, and so you got my hopes up.
Gym Kata is the martial arts technique he is using. Yes.
Yeah, because remember, I already said it sounds like a wrestler as though it was a guy and not... Man.
I'm sure somebody put it online.
You know, in Equilibrium, they have gun katas. It's like that, but with gymnastics instead of guns. So.
Right. So, but instead of a single kata, the entirety of all the katas is a single Gym Kata.
Is a single Gym Kata. Yes.
Yeah.
Gym Kata is it's on YouTube for like $2, I think.
There's other places you can get Gym Kata.
Yeah, you can get other places, but I mean, if you really want to, you could buy it, dude, and have it forever. Yeah, you know,
Dan, if you want to just look at our Plex server, there's Gym Kata on there.
Yeah. Also, somebody released an actual DVD version of Gym Kata.
I'm sure.
I think it's Arrow.
Yeah.
So you want to support physical media.
You need a fucking Blu-ray restoration of Gym Kata.
Yeah. We need this film to be restored.
Yeah, it's one of the movies that does deserve a restoration. Because the audio is terrible on the original Gym Kata home entertainment release. It's really bad. So that could use some cleaning up. But all right, that's enough Gym Kata.
Well, just real quick, fun fact: kata in Japanese stands for method.
It's true.
Fun fact: Gym Kata stands for the deadly art that combines karate and gymnastics. Gym Kata.
All right, everybody. We'll see you guys next time. Stay safe. Watch out for Gym Kata. Okay, stay safe.
All right.
Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.
Stay safe, everyone. Bye.
Dan, I posted it on the Discord. Please go watch it now, dude.
Now.